Hello, and welcome to Punch and Roll, an interactive tabletop role-playing live show featuring some of the best audiobook narrators working today. How is it interactive? Well, you, the chat, get to be a part of the story. So drop your story suggestions in the chat, and if I can bring it in the story, I will, or I'll save it for a future episode. Punch and Roll is sponsored by Audiobook Empire, which is a full-service audiobook production. If you're a narrator, they have something special for you, so make sure you check the show notes out below. We are produced by PANA, the Professional Audiobook Narrators Association. PANA provides support for new and established audiobook narrators while providing support for new and established audiobook narrators, while raising awareness in the public consciousness of the importance of human narrators in storytelling. And obviously my brain shut off in the middle of that because I think I repeated myself. Learn more about them at pronarrators.org. hello
That's
to the chat. I see Raditz, Emmy, we got Spencer, Jenna, Emily, Katie, hello. Thank you guys for being patient. Now, I don't think we ever discussed who wants to do a quick recap of last session.
Oh, we did not.
We didn't decide that. Somebody take it away.
All right. Well,
yeah, you designed it. You do it.
I see on the spot I can remember the whole campaign. We were sucked through a book into a magical world with moving driverless carriages. We managed to cut off somebody's arm in a street crossing incident, hid in a bakery. We discovered that this bakery was in a feud with the evil corporate bakery next door. So we decided to pay back the shopkeeper Jenny for hiding us by setting up a bake-off to prove to the community that she was better than this soulless corporate bakery next door. We tried to incite a workers' revolt in the corporate bakery. We went to the park, nearly died in a vehicular fire en route. Some of us almost got arrested, and but we managed to secure a permit for the festival. We went to get groceries, decided to go to IKEA instead, whereupon we were beset by furniture, and then we went to get groceries. Whereupon we decided to turn the grocery store into an amusement park and nearly all get arrested again, and then wound up in a fight with a vampiric Karen. Sticky got possessed, I forgot, speaking of Sticky getting possessed, somewhere around about, before we went to the IKEA, we got into a battle with a beautiful car that also ensorcelled Sticky, who clearly gives his heart away very quickly and easily. And we met Chad Goldentooth, the the owner of this car, and Jenny's current boyfriend, who we all decided we hated. And cut back to the grocery where a Sticky lies, possibly dying on the floor after Lazuli chopped him down. Deservedly so.
Yes, absolutely.
And then everyone disappeared into a strange magical world of food, and went into a found sort of Sticky's soul, colorless, odorless, tasteless soul, with all of his pleasure sucked away by this Karen vampire. The party gave a little, I think someone in the chat coined it joy CPR, putting little bits of their own joy into his heart. The Karen vampire seemed very upset at that, and whoosh, everyone is back in the supermarket, waiting to see what fate awaits the crew.
All right. That's awesome. Cool. All right. And for my players, if you are in the chat, please leave. You've got 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And also, Katie, peanut butter cookies sound amazing. Please bring some for all of us. Thank you.
Yes.
Somebody in the chat's talking about their peanut butter cookies. Very jealous right now.
That sounds
all right.
amazing.
So, right. Okay, so I believe we are in the midst of battle. Where we left off with that, Max was unconscious and charmed, and Yuza had given him some chocolate, so it's like in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Melts in your mouth, not in your hand. Let me see, where else are we at? Yuza is currently prone / grappled. There is a manager there wondering what's happening. Everyone's kind of looking around at you guys like, why are they throwing knives? And we are at the top of the round. And because your fever dream was so vivid and your teammates were so kind to give you joy CPR, you are no longer charmed and you are no longer dying.
Ooh. Yay!
Well done.
Awesome.
Yay!
You're still on the ground though, FYI. And you got chocolate, like,
That's
you know,
good
melting
because
in
I
your
did
mouth.
not want to kill you again.
I think you're also tied up because I tied you up with wires. When
I think my feet
Tied
are
up with chocolate in your mouth,
Uh-huh.
as you do.
You know, there are worse nights, gotta say. That was inappropriate.
Oh, man. So what would you like to do, Sticky? You're at the
it's
top
my
of the
turn.
round.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
My eyes open. I see what's going on. I am going to use my action to undo these wires that are holding my feet together, and then what am I going to do? This is a terrible idea. Okay, I am going to. Yeah, I don't like those teeth. I am going to jump up and with my bonus action, I can use an item as my bonus action. So maybe it was my bonus action to undo my feet. I'm gonna jump up and I'm gonna try to wrap that wire around her head so her jaw is clamped shut, and then I'm gonna cinch that wire in underneath and keep her jaw wired shut.
How did you do that?
you have been ventriloquist.
That was amazing.
Just give it to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sure, why not? I just have one really important question.
Yes.
Did you finish eating your chocolate, or are you like yelling at her with this big mouthful of chocolate?
Oh, I'm not
as you-
yelling at her.
Or whatever you're doing, you know.
Sticky is not going to let that chocolate go to waste. He is 100% eating that chocolate.
I'm just imagining you being like, and she's like, what? And you're like,
For cloning me and leaving me to fight my friends. My God, this is delicious.
Why is it giving Hannibal Lecter? I don't know.
Oh man. It's okay. We started off we went in the wrong turn from the very beginning. It's fine.
Those are
It's
the
going to be
best.
that kind of episode. Anything else you want to do then?
I don't love the idea of her taking an attack of opportunity against me, so I'm gonna, with my 1 hit point, I'm gonna stand still right next to her, and we'll see how it goes.
Oh, okay. Actually, I think you have 3, right?
I have
Because
3
I
hit points
believe
'cause of the
somebody gave
chocolate.
you good berries too. Yeah, cool.
No good berries, but the chocolate would have given me 2 temporary hit points.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. I mean, who's counting? But every hit point counts. All right. Anything else you want to do?
Oh, I
Are you
done
done?
action, bonus action. I'm done.
All right. To Yuza.
I'm grappled.
You are.
So, believe it or not, as a wizard, I don't typically deal with grappling. I think I have to break that before I can do it.
I mean, you don't have to. It's just whatever you want to do.
I mean, I do have like a touch flame spell. Could I just incinerate both of us? Because I don't care.
When you say both of us, you mean you and
And
Karen?
Karen.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. Is it an automatic or do you gotta? Roll.
Let me see.
Oh, Lord, you're at 7, child.
It's a dex saving throw.
Oh, okay. I got a 6. I have a feeling that's not going to happen.
It's a 13. So
Yeah.
I think I need to roll 2, right? Because I am in it as well. So I need to.
Oh my word.
This is if I remember that spell correctly. This is a 15-foot
18.
post. Am I in this scenario as well?
No, I can choose like how far it
direction?
spreads from
Okay.
from my affinity. So it's just me and her.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And you saved yourself.
So, well, good. Okay. And how much damage is she taking? Not you, but
It's a 3d6.
It says 46.
Because I cast it at the second level. That's right.
okay.
8.
All right. Hold on. Ha! Emmy says you should make s'mores with your incinerate spell.
Yes. I do have a conjure bonfire that I've been saving for a strange moment.
Oh my word. She's not looking too good, and I believe she's bound. So, does your burning what is it you bound her with, Sticky?
Wire. Well, whatever I was bound with, but I.
It's like charger cords.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was from the gun thing, the scanning gun, right? Wasn't that the cord you used?
No, that was used on her earlier.
Oh, never mind.
When I went to tie up Sticky, I just took like the iPod charger cords from the second.
You guys have a good memory.
geez.
I don't remember. So, okay, so like
Faulty
cable
memory.
cords. Ooh, that would not be fun to burn. Okay. Yes.
Gonna get
Ooh,
sticky.
all that metal. Mmm.
Anything else you
hot.
want to do? Use Emily.
I don't think there's very much else I can do, assuming she's still
Okay.
grappling me.
Well, I mean,
Is
you're
her-
not grappled anymore because you burned your bindings off, so you're fine.
Well, she
Um,
was holding me, I thought.
I don't remember. It's been quite a while.
I thought she tackled
just
me
take
like
it.
I was prone.
When
but
the master
just
says
take
you
it, just
aren't
take it.
grappled anymore, take it.
Excellent. Well,
Take
I'll
it because your DM has a faulty memory. It's fine.
I will take it then. I'll stand back up. That I'm not
Cool.
prone anymore.
Cool. Oh, and this is random, but I feel like I want to say Emily used a vocab word earlier. You used a vocab word recently, and I was very impressed.
We have
Um,
vocab words?
Well, no, she just kind of used it randomly out of game, and I was like, oh, I was so impressed with it. I wanted to give you an
Which
inspiration point.
word?
Yeah, I don't remember. Again, faulty memory. So, but I was like, it's cool. I like it. So
That is a
take
very
it.
audiobook narrator thing to give points for. Thank you. I will take it.
What excellent
right.
pronunciation.
Yes.
Where on earth do I mark it? Absolutely nowhere.
I don't know. Just know that you have an inspiration point.
I will try to remember.
But I'll just say maybe no trying to persuade the DM on this round. Let me see. Here.
Fine.
I'm looking to see what she can do. She can do a lot, but I don't feel like doing anything because she's kind of annoyed. Do I want to do that?
Of course you do.
Of course.
Oh my gosh.
Make it interesting.
If we do this, we're probably going to get demonetized. I'm so sorry. Okay. Not like we're making money off this thing.
I was going to say, we're monetized.
Fine. Okay. All right. So she's going to call up some bat friends. Let me see here. 2d4 swarms.
Oh,
La, la, la.
Lord.
I gotta find my dice here. Oh, here we go. I was like, which one is it? Well, that's like nothing. Okay.
Darn.
All right. So she calls up some bats and they arrive in 1d4 rounds. How many rounds is that for me? Oh, wow. You guys will probably like be fine. Okay.
Probably, she says. Probably.
Yes.
Optimism.
So while she's bound, she makes a weird sound and it doesn't sound good. And you can hear like a fluttering, but it's pretty far away. It'll take some time to get there.
All right.
Okay. That is what she is going to do to Gaelish.
She's doing that to me, or it's my turn?
Oh, it's your turn. I'm so sorry. Just to you, Gaelish. Just to you. Which is fine because you like animals. It's fine, you know.
I do. I would just make them all my friends. You know,
Oh, I love that idea. Oh, yes.
Oh man.
Well, now we have a game plan for when it happens. Okay. I think Gaelish has seen what Sticky has done, and it's like,
Also, I was told to remind you of the good berry like 2 sessions ago. And so I'm doing my duty.
Well, no, hang on to that good berry if I get killed again.
There
okay,
you go.
I will hang on to it. What I'd like to do is I'd like to run up to Sticky and give him a bear hug and use cure wounds on him. Is that something I can do?
Ooh.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to run up to him.
Friendship.
Friendship is magic. Okay, and that's... Oh, where is my thing? Pressing buttons. I'm trying to make it happen. Did I do it? I don't know if I did it. Oh, I need to click the D8.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 4.
Outstanding.
He'll take it.
Yay! And I think I only have 1 action per turn right now, so I think that
Okay.
I think that's it.
Sticky,
gonna
I
move
thought
away.
you said you had 2 more because of the chocolate.
Yes, I'm up to 7 now.
Oh,
When
Katie, that is a good point. Let me look at the thing here. Where are you? Oh, you're by Sticky. I think you're okay. Katie was asking if you were running in right, because you wasn't targeting north. She was kind of going east. So
Running
you should
into
be
the
fine.
Yeah.
campfire. Yeah,
But thank
no,
you,
it's
Katie.
just me and
Appreciate it.
the Karen. I selected it.
Cool.
Was selective with it.
Awesome. Anything else you want to do, Gaelish, besides not run into fire?
Nope, just be like, I'm so glad you're back, Sticky.
Oh, it's good to be back, and I think your casting of the spell dislodged Lazuli's axe from my chest, so that's good all around.
Awesome.
Oh, that is good. Yes.
Speaking of which, if Gaelish has nothing else to do, then it goes to Lazuli, who now apparently has a axe with blood
Yes,
on it.
Lazuli
from your
breathed a
friend.
tremendous sigh of relief upon seeing her dear friend Sticky stand up once more in right mind. And so she was very grateful when Gaelish's hug dislodged the axe, so she did not have to go through the very messy process of withdrawing it. And she takes the axe and in one smooth whirl turns and whacks Karen. Witchy. A 14 to hit?
Does not hit.
Unbelievable. Well, in her enthusiasm, she's going the wrong way and she misjudges a left-handed swing and just misses by inches and feels very embarrassed, and that is unfortunately all she can do.
Did you use your action surge already?
Oh, yes, it's gone.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm extremely feeling generous today. Take it with advantage because she is all tied up.
Well, I love this. I like you when you're... Oh, that's worse. Well, dash it off.
I'm on the wrong screen. What did you do? Oh,
My other one rolled a 10.
but you do have an inspiration point.
You
I'm just like giving you all these clues here. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You
All
don't have
right.
to. You don't have to if you don't want to. I mean, you know.
Lazuli shall use her inspiration and once more swing. Well, that'll do it. That's a 19.
Yay! Yes, perfect.
I think you're sick of the Karen, dear.
I don't know. I like this why not energy from our DM.
Indeed. All right, here we are.
Rules.
Some damage. Oh, for fiddle's sake. 6. That's just sad.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, to be fair, she's not looking too hot.
Yes,
you know,
I know.
she's all
On the
tied up.
contrary, she's very hot. She's on fire.
Well played, dear.
Oh man. And since Emily just used her inspiration point, I'm giving one to Rachel, partly for that comment, and also because you remembered from like freaking 4 weeks ago about the good berries. So good on you. Yes.
Well
That's an inspiration
done.
to us all.
Woo!
Oh man. Is there anything else that Lazuli would like to do?
Well, there's nothing she can do, but thanks for thinking well of her.
No problem. Now to Sticky.
Oh,
Top
back
of
to
the
me.
round.
Sticky will draw his rapier and try to put this creature out of her misery.
Do it. It would be so appropriate, dear, for you to take her out.
20.
That is
definitely
a critical
It's
hit.
a critical hit. So that is
Oh.
going to be,
The vengeance of the righteous.
get the critical in here as well. That is, so far, it is 9 points of piercing damage. I think perhaps I'm not trying to murder her. I think perhaps I because it is very close quarters, so I'm just drawing the rapier up quickly so that the pommel of the rapier smacks right into her temple to knock her unconscious. Now, not only have I done 9 points of damage here, but I also get to use my sneak attack as everyone is clustered around her. So that is going to be, why isn't my sneak attack rolling? Because it is, oh, there it is. All right. But it's a critical, so I get to double these dice as well. So that's another 9 and 6 more. So that was altogether 18 and 6 makes math 24 points of damage.
Now, if this was a fantasy campaign, she'd be dead, but we don't want you guys to go to jail.
Well, this is why I
So-
specified that I was trying to knock
that
her
she was
unconscious.
just going to be unconscious. Yep. So she's out. She's gone. Everyone's kind of looking at everything. You know, there's food everywhere and there's footprints on the conveyor belts and the managers are like, oh my goodness. And, you know, stuff like that. And then slowly somebody in the surrounding area starts to clap.
Is it the
And
slow
everyone
clap
starts to clap.
from the
It's the-
80s?
Yes, and then it just kind of builds, and everyone's just like, wow, that was amazing. I am definitely going to this Ren Fair you guys are coming from. When is it? Oh my gosh. Like, they think you just put on the most amazing show. And the manager's like, wow, that was so cool. If you guys have flyers or something, I'm happy to pass them out.
Oh,
You know
yes,
what?
Mm.
Thanks for putting on such a great show. Take the groceries for free. It's fine. Yeah, just going out,
that
you
is
know?
very kind of you. Thank you so much. And we
Such
Yeah.
generosity.
Tomorrow
Yeah.
in the park near the petting zoo, there shall be a contest where you shall see the wonderful treats that your generosity has provided. Oh, and by the way, and I slip my arm around the manager and kind of whisper in his ear, I don't think you have very good security. The one of your security guards, and I sort of point, you know, secretly to the guard who was trying to get me in trouble. I saw him sneaking some of your food into his pockets as if to steal it. He somehow managed to get an entire jar of olives right into his pocket. You really, I mean, I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but you may want to have a word.
Could you roll persuasion, please? That nearly came out British. Could you roll persuasion, please, sir?
22.
Persuasion,
Oh.
please.
Please, sir, can I have some more? Crikey. Now we're going Australian. He's like, well, thank you, sir. Oh my goodness. Thank you for telling me. I will definitely go check that out immediately. And as you guys are, you know, because I'm assuming the food was still on the conveyor belt and the person was the teenager who was still like ringing stuff up or whatever, just puts it in the bag and is like, here you go. Have a great day. Thanks for shopping.
This
Here.
was our pleasure. We shall see you all on the morrow.
Yes. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.
And as you leave, you hear the teenager just sigh and go, oh, and now I got to clean up the aisle.
Oh. Poor kid.
Whoops.
What would you guys like to do next?
deliver the groceries to Jenny.
Yes.
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 That means driving, doesn't it?
Well, we
Oh,
managed,
no.
we managed to drive all the way here without setting this larger horseless carriage on fire. I think it was Yuza did an excellent job driving. Would you like to do it again, Yuza? Or would someone else like a turn?
Oh,
My legs are not long enough, but thank you.
Yeah, my legs definitely aren't gonna reach either.
I can go for it again. I believe we rolled, what was it? Handle animal, right?
I mean, if you want to, or we can say you have muscle memory. So I would say anybody who's already driven has muscle memory. Anyone who has not would have to roll for it.
Well,
Sure, then we can throw
muscle
that 6
memory-
out.
My muscle memory is of managing to set a car on fire. So maybe maybe you should do the driving.
Not that memory, the other one.
Beautiful. I will get in the driver's seat. My robes are tattered and smell of burnt cloth and flour.
Oh, Lord.
Anything
I
else you
have
guys want to do before you leave?
studiously loaded all the ingredients into the back.
I think we should leave before the police come round.
It's an excellent idea. Yes.
Yes.
One thing
All
Sticky
right.
knows, it's when to make a quick getaway, and I think that time is now.
And
I
then speaking
trust.
of time, I believe, what did we say last time? It was like maybe evening, 5 or 6-ish,
5-ish,
right?
Yeah.
When you guys went to the store.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll say it's probably been like, an hour or so. So it's like 6-ish, 7-ish as you're heading to Ginny's, just so Sticky's aware, because I know he's got a meeting.
Yep, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I guess. Who wants to just roll for funsies?
Oh, I love
All right.
rolling for funsies. What am I rolling about?
Just roll me a straight D20.
A straight D20.
Yeah, let's see if you can beat my really pathetic number. Oh, you
Well,
totally can.
12.
Yep. So you get there to Ginny's bakery without any incident.
Huh.
Woo.
Wonderful.
Something finally went smooth.
That's all of our die luck. It's ones from here out, baby.
Don't say that, dear.
I don't have
So
wood.
as you guys walk into Ginny's bakery and she sees you and I believe Yusa said, right, you're covered in flour and Sticky's got like cord marks from where he was bound and he's also got a big gash in his chest.
Flour and
Provides
cinder.
bandage from wherever she bit me. Oh yeah, and a giant axe.
Yeah, you definitely don't.
Uh-huh.
And I forget, I think Gaelish and Lazuli look fine.
Lazuli is
Yeah.
absolutely covered in blood, but other than that, normal.
And Gaelish, you're
Gaelish is
okay?
Fine. Yeah.
I feel like we're ruining the bakery that Lazuli cleaned before we started all of this.
Well, we haven't dripped anything yet.
Ginny takes one look at you and she's like, wow, how was grocery shopping?
Successful.
Pardon?
A lot. It was a lot.
Successful.
It was successful. Look at all the food we've gotten.
Yes.
Oh, goodness. Oh, wow. Well, we should probably, let's see. It's tomorrow, right? Tomorrow early morning. We should probably just stay up all night baking.
That sounds reasonable, yes.
Absolutely.
Are all of you going to help me bake?
If you have jobs for us, of course.
I am. I do need to pop out round about 9 o'clock to speak with some friends. But other than that, I shall roll up my sleeves and bake away.
All right.
I don't have much experience, but I can stir things.
Okay.
Strangely, Yuza looks at all of the food that's in the case and remembers that kind of dream that she had and something about bread and talking food, and she gets a little green in the face and she says, I'll help, but I don't want to eat it no more.
You do look a little peaky. Why don't you sit down or something? But I just realized I can't make anything without a recipe book. I need to grab that from the library. Your friend never returned. Would one of you go grab that for me?
Oh,
I can do that. Since
I'll go with you, dear, if you'd like company, or if you'd like to be on your own, that's fine too.
No, I always want company.
Great.
I am small and frail.
So Lazuli and Yuza will go to the library, and Sticky and Gaelish will stay behind and bake. Is that what I'm hearing?
I think so.
Okay. All right. So we will leave you guys at the bakery, and we will follow Yuza and Lazuli as they go to the library, which I can't remember. Oh, it's like right across the street and like kitty corner, right? It's not far. You could walk unless you want to drive.
Did you say it was across the street, dear?
It's like a little bit
Yeah,
down. You could walk or you could drive.
It's the library we came in at, right?
Yeah.
We committed more crime walking across the street than we did driving, so maybe driving is different.
I don't know. We torched 2 cars, dear.
That's true. That's true.
I only broke one or cut off 1 arm, but we torched 2 vehicles. It's your call, Yuza, dear. I can't drive, so if you'd rather drive, I will join you.
I mean, I seem to be fairly competent at it now, so we can probably do this.
Let's do it then.
It'll help Jenny notice that the car we came back in isn't hers.
Yeah. Terrible truth. Yes, yes.
You know, it's funny you say that because as Yuza and Lazuli drive off, you hear Jenny go, "Hey, wait, that doesn't look like where's my car?"
Does Jenny say, "Dude, where's my car?" Because that would be funny.
Well, your car. It was very fortunate that we were the ones driving it. It burst into flame. I think it was not in very good repair, and I'm very grateful that it was us behind the wheel, able to well, not extinguish the flames exactly. I think your vehicle is destroyed, but you were not. The key thing is you weren't inside when it happened.
Oh my! Do you have any evidence that it burned? I'll have to call insurance. And she kind of just, I don't remember. Did you guys take video of it burning?
Oh, no.
No. Okay.
No.
We just
All right, so
We just walked away like a cool man walking away from flames. Like, no.
All right. So she leaves Sticky and Gaelish in the bakery proper while she goes in the back office.
Your friend with the very bright smile, he seems to have
my
surplus.
boyfriend,
He seems to have
yeah.
a surplus of vehicles. Why would he not just let you have one, or at least loan you one?
Oh, well, they're like his babies. He doesn't like me breathing on them, but I can ask him. I'll go in the back and call insurance, and then I'll see if Chad will loan me a car. But if you guys have everything settled up front here, do you have everything okay?
Things. You're a person. Surely you're more important.
Oh,
Together
you're
with
so
a thing.
sweet. You're so sweet. I mean, Chad's such a catch. Like, any girl would be so lucky to be with him.
Chad is, well, I don't want to cast aspersions on your relationship, but when a pastry's been sitting in the shelf a very long time and it looks really delicious until you take it out and you take a bite and you discover that cream filling inside, which should be luscious and sweet and filling, has curdled and gone sour. Chad feels like that to me. It's a lovely outside, but when you sit down for a meal, it wants to be good, not just look good.
For a moment, I thought you were going to say I was the day-old pastry. I was really worried where that analogy was going.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. You are the woman who has sat down to enjoy a scrumptious feast of love, only to find that you have been presented a 3-week-old eclair.
Roll persuasion real quick. Also, I love these analogies.
18.
You kind of see something dawning on her face. She's not quite ready to give it up, but you see some like recognition of what you're saying beginning to like sink in. And she goes, well, I do need to call insurance about my car, but thank you, Sticky. No one's ever said something like that to me. Thank you. And she kind of walks off and,
And you
leaves you
call
two
it,
alone.
and we'll begin organizing this food.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So you guys are up in the front, and we're going to follow Yuza and Leslie to the library, and also the chat's really party. But they'll be fine, guys. I promise. The world around them might not be fine, but they'll be fine. All right. So what are you guys doing?
We're taking the car to the library.
Indeed.
Fair enough. And who's driving?
Me.
Not I.
You're like, I don't want to roll for that. Animal handling.
No, but my legs are not long enough, dear. It's not even possible.
We could attach little wooden blocks to your feet.
That sounds very unsafe.
I was going to say you could do the short person thing and sit on a phone book, but anyway.
That makes it worse. My legs are farther away. Anyway, I have no desire to handle this beast when Yuza does it so well.
Fair enough. You guys get to the library without incident. They're about to close, so you don't have that much time. You got to do your thing because they're kind of, they're like, okay, fine, you have 15 minutes, but then we really need to kick everybody out kind of thing.
Thank you for your generosity.
Of course, of course. If you need anything specific, you can ask the librarian. Otherwise, we'll make closing announcements and please be ready to leave by then. But have fun browsing.
Thank you. What was the title again, Yuza, dear? Do you remember?
I was going to ask you.
Oh, dear.
It's
We're
a recipe
searching
book.
for... Rashini, did Lazana know what the book was? And could she have perhaps whispered it to our deep subconscious memory?
I don't know if we ever specified, so we're just going to assume that everybody knew what cookbook she wanted.
Oh, dear, I remember now. Yes. It's, I'm not good at naming things, so I can't come up with a very clever title very quickly.
It was called The Joy of Baking.
That's it, darling. Yes. Thank you.
But I'm pretty sure it's
Senior
a Mary
moment.
Berry cookbook, so don't sue us, Mary Berry.
It was joy spelled I-E. Very different. Very different. All right. The joy of cooking. Let's ask this kind librarian here. Hello, darling. We're looking for, what did you say it was, Yuza?
The Joy of Cooking.
Okay. That would be in the 500s over there. And she points to the stack. Yes, if you could use your library voice, that would be great. But yes, the 500.
Yes.
Library voice.
I believe the call number is 514.
514. Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But what's a library voice?
Oh, darling, certainly you've been in a library.
Quiet.
Oh, well, quiet, yes, but I always talk like this.
I think she was chastising me, dear, not you.
Both of you could just, or I could just go get it for you if you want.
That's fine. If you'd feel better doing that, I'm happy to stand here.
Are you just like standing over her desk staring at her with a weapon in hand?
I am now.
On second thought, go ahead. Just the 500's right over there. And she just keeps like pointing at the shelves. You kind of get the sense she really wants you to go. That axe looks really sharp.
That's because it is. All right.
And as you wander away, you hear her mutter to her colleague, "Why aren't the metal detectors working anymore?"
Because it's not human metal. All right. So we arrive at the shelf. Is it fairly obvious where it is because it is a well-organized shelf?
Well, you get to the section that says 500s, and there are books there, and there's also a big gaping hole. And if your friend was there, she is no longer there. And yeah, it's not like a black hole where things are getting sucked into it, but there is a big swirly hole,
Oh,
big enough for a person to go through.
well, that doesn't seem normal.
It does not. Is it right where 514 would be?
Close enough.
So the book is not on the shelf, is what you're telling us.
Oh, you're fine. The book is there. I mean, you could just get the book and go. But there's also this
Right.
big swirly hole where your friend would probably have been perusing the books in the aisle.
I am very conflicted, Yuza, on whether or not we should pursue the hole. Because, well, Jenny can't get started until we bring this back, and there's so much going on. I kind of wonder if we should take the book back and return. What do you think, dear?
We probably should, or we could just stick our head in the hole and see what's going on.
That's an idea. You stick your head in, and I will plant myself and hold your legs so you can't go through.
Perfect. And
Yes.
I will do that.
This is the only reasonable course of action.
With my
I would have
hands
loved to do
placed on the bookshelves on either side of the hole. I will stick my head in.
I would have loved it if you guys were like, and we walk away. We aren't going to explore it.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, man. Okay, so Leslie's got her arms and hands and stuff around Yuza's, I'm assuming, waist or legs or something, and Yuza's bracing to like kind of lean in. And as Yuza does, your head won't go through. Like it's hitting a wall, basically.
Well, that's not going to work.
May I draw my dagger and touch it?
You sure can.
Great. Must I roll, or will you just let me do it?
Go ahead.
Well, what am I rolling, dear? Strength?
Oh, you don't have to roll for it. You don't have to roll for anything.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
then I
as you-
did it.
And again, it won't penetrate the hole. But I forget. Did Lizanna have anything? She was a cleric. Did she carry anything? It's been a while.
No.
We will just say that she had something on her person that you would have recognized as hers, maybe a necklace or, a staff or something, and you see it next to the hole.
Oh.
Basically hinting that was left behind.
Oh, dear.
That was a very obvious thing, but I don't remember what she carried.
Oh, no.
Well, that is concerning. And we can't get through.
Can I roll Arcana on the hole?
You sure can.
Good idea. Yes.
12.
You don't know why it's there or why you can't go through and why it seemed like Lizanna was able to go through, but you do know it's a portal of some kind. And that's about as far as you've gotten.
If it's a
Quite
portal,
possibly
maybe she
a-
went home?
I mean, it is possible. There does not seem to be any sign of foul play other than the fact that this unidentified item that was clearly hers is right there on the floor. I'm concerned she would not have left that behind. Well, let me pick it up for her. And I pick up whatever it is.
The
What would you like it to be? I'll let you have dibs on what item you'd like it was that it was hers, because I don't remember.
That's a good question. Let's just make it a necklace.
Sounds good.
So I
Sounds good.
put the necklace in one of my many pockets.
All right.
Actually, then I take the necklace back out and look at it for a second and think, well, let me try this. User, keep an eye on me. Don't let me go through. And I take the necklace and reach it into the portal.
And again, your hand doesn't go through. So the necklace also does not go through.
Even though the necklace swung ahead of my hand?
Nothing is going through this thing.
Well, dash it all. All right. I thought I was clever.
You do hear an announcement over the loudspeaker. Well, I guess maybe you wouldn't know the word announcement from where you're from. A very loud voice say, patrons, we will be closing in 1 minute. Please bring your selections to the front and vacate the library. Have a lovely evening. Everybody, please go to the checkout counters now. Thank you so much.
Maybe we could come back tomorrow morning.
That's what I was thinking. Or tomorrow after the bake-off. We'll come back after the bake-off and we'll tell Sticky and Gaelish about it tonight, and perhaps one of them will know.
Yeah.
All right, to the checkout counter we go with our library voices and our book.
And when you get to the checkout counter, the librarian, or I guess the clerk, I should know this, I used to work at a library, says, can I have your library card, please?
Oh, we forgot it. We're picking this up on behalf of a friend. We're visiting this town, and our friend lives here. Perhaps you know her, Jenny. She owns a bakery.
Do you have an ID?
Oh,
Maybe
no,
I could check
dear.
your ID.
No, I'm afraid it got lost.
Oh,
Can I give you
well, what about
collateral for it? Like this lovely necklace I am holding. A family heirloom, you know.
That's not really how it works at a library.
No, I understand.
If you want. Oh, but you don't have an idea. I was going to say if you want, and they slap down like a huge stack of papers, you could fill this out and get a library card.
Can I cast thaumaturgy behind her to make harmless tremors start so all the books that they're stacking start to fall so she looks away?
Sure. I thought you were going to set something on fire.
No, I'll be good. I'll use the earth component of it. But once she looks away, I'm just gonna grab Lazuli by the hand and run out the front door with the book.
Lazuli sighs deeply but acquiesces.
Is it an automatic cast? Or do you
Yeah,
have
it's
to,
just a little cantrip. It's harmless tremors.
Sure. And as they're like, wow, we've never had an earthquake here. This is not earthquake country. And you grab the book and you run out to the car, and we are going to put a pin in it and come back after break to see what happens back at the bakery.
Wonderful.
Awesome. And I am so excited because today in the hot seat is our very own Spencer Dillahay, who is actually the mastermind behind all the streaming stuff you see. And I love that you still are not.
Hello.
So chat, if you guys have any questions for our mystery man, please let him know. Okay, I got to start out with this story.
Okay.
When I was first joining the narrator community, one of my narrator friends told me that there is a guy who is like a really prolific romance narrator under a pseudonym, and nobody knows his real name or what he looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And I have now known you for close to 2 years, and I have yet to see you on camera. And I'm like, I think it's you.
Has it been 2 years? Are you serious?
It's been close to 2 years, yeah. With the old campaign and this one, it's been a while. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you know,
Emmy wants to know if you have a face.
I'm on some other committees too, and I have like that reputation, which is not something I like was going for. It just sort of, you know, the computer that I sit at. So the recording, I actually stream. That's the irony of it. So I was streaming on Twitch, and sometimes I stream myself, like reading, you know, performing stuff on Twitch live and with my face and everything. But Not here. Like we're sitting at the computer that is powerful. You know, this one can do like video processing and gaming and stuff like that, but it's a desktop, so there's no webcam hooked up to it. But the one where I do the recording has got like a webcam and all this other stuff, and the better mic. So this is just sort of like this is a Shure USB mic. It's, you know, nothing super fancy. I've got the good stuff cooking over there. I thought about going over there, you know, to get on camera, but Roshni, you sort of sold me on this idea of being a faceless. I have like a reputation I feel like I sort of am tethered to and have to uphold now.
It's funny. It's just kind of just funny.
Yeah, the other committees, I'm sort of the butt of, maybe not the butt of jokes, but they'll you know, lots of sort of soft-handed jabs like, well, I won't see you there, but maybe I'll hear you. And I'm like, oh.
But to be fair, you're a voice actor, so that's all we need, right? We just need to hear you. You don't have to go on camera to record. So what kind of stuff do you normally record, by the way?
Do you mean as far as books? I do a lot of fantasy and horror.
Oh, wow.
The stuff that I read for on Twitch, it's typically for this YouTube channel that I run, which you won't see me on there either because I play a character called the Midnight Host, and I haven't decided what what he looks like.
Oh wow!
But yeah, so a lot of the stuff that I record there is horror. It's sort of like a Tales from the Crypt style. Like there's an intro of somebody being like, "Tonight we'll hear the story of a young man without a face." Blah, blah, blah. And then I'll record the story, and then they'll have some sort of spooky outro that goes with it. What did you think about that, awesome. People? Did you enjoy the story? Awesome. Tune in and subscribe. You know, that type of thing. And then the work that I actually get paid for, is some fantasy series. I'm doing a sort of long-running zombie apocalypse one called Under the Breaking Sky, and another one that just started up called Cadaver.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Oh, my gosh. So I guess unless you're not being forthcoming with me, you're not the romance guy, the mystery romance guy.
No, I kind of flirted with it before we went on like, oh, could it be me? Probably not. But maybe. But no, I am not. What did you say? Thomas Middleditch? What is Sebastian? What was his last name?
Sebastian York was the name that they told us. Yeah.
Yes. What a divine name.
I know. It's such a good romance narrator name. Oh, my word.
Is it like it's because it's monosyllabic, like York? Maybe it sort of sounds a little bit regal, a little bit romantic, like you want to get swept off your feet. Sebastian. I wish I did more romance.
You'll have to find a way to... See, now you should do romance, but now you have to have a pseudonym because
you know what?
Otherwise, we've just told everybody who you are.
I'd like to get your opinion on this. We've sort of gone off script here, but I think you've been in the audiobook game a little bit longer than me. I don't know how much, Roshni, I don't know what type of work you do. Maybe I should play the reverse card and ask you some of your stuff.
My interview's not till the next episode.
But I get lots of sort of audition samples for romance stuff, and they all seem to be asking for this kind of gravelly, tough guy that I don't... I mean, I guess I can do it authentically, but the timbre of my voice, someone described me as sort of like a golden retriever type, warm, but not like bad boy. Like you're not going to find this voice in a motorcycle club. Do you think, is there room, Roshni, for a voice like mine in the romance field? And please limit your response to 2 sentences. Thank you. Go.
No, for sure, though. In fact, so I do a lot of romance, not under my name, and a lot of dual narration. And the guys don't have like a gravelly voice. They actually have really smooth, like the ones I'm working with anyway, are really smooth, usually like baritones, like in your range, you know? So
maybe
I can understand
rosters.
Well, if you want to join the romance rosters, come on over. It's interesting. Crew.
Yeah, everything I get, I look at it, I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds interesting. It'll be another MC, Motorcycle Club, or Bad Boy, or like Rich Daddy, or something like that. And I'm like, man, can't it just
What
be
books
like,
are you reading?
I'm a boy next door type, like, like I'm the friends to lovers trope, I guess.
And Trank thinks you should narrate a zombie romance. See, there you go, like Warm Bodies. Like that would be fun, right? If that was a book. But see, you got to pivot. And I'll tell you, romance, like, I swear, if you get into that category, like, you never lack for work.
I know,
It's
I
all over.
know.
Yeah.
The horror niche is small comparatively. Romance dominates, and that's why I want to get in the milieu of romance more. I've done a couple, but it's not the bulk of what I do. I've sort of pigeonholed myself a little bit, which is good.
Well,
Fantasy is huge too.
I love fantasy. But here's a question, and this probably since you do so much horror, like, I know me, I'm such a wimp, so I don't do a lot of horror because I like freak myself out in the booth. Like, are you a big horror person? Like, you really like that genre a lot just in real life? Or...
Yes. Yep. I go in on Halloween. I love that type of stuff.
Oh, okay. So you're not scared when you're reading those kinds of things.
Well,
you're fine.
I mean, do you mean you actually get scared in the booth? You get like freaked out in the booth?
Dude, I can't handle it.
I love that.
So some things, well, and also now I've taken to not using lights in my booth to help my eyes. So I'm in pitch black. So like, can you imagine if I'm like reading a scary book and I'm in pitch black? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I told you I'm a wimp, so I can't handle it.
But what you sounded like you were going to follow up with something on that. You were asking me if
I was just going to ask how you like divorced yourself from that, so you're not freaking yourself out, but you're fine. You're like, bring on the bloodshed. So it's,
it's one of the reasons why it's okay is because we, in addition to being the killed, we're also the killer. I did a book last year called Ex-Boogeyman, and it's a sort of splatterpunk-esque horror slasher about a washed-up slasher actor from the 80s who sees that they're rebooting his franchise without him, and he becomes the character of Nicky Hector. And he goes to the place where the films were shot, and he goes on a killing spree. But it's sort of, the narrative bounces back and forth between the characters who you're rooting for, like to not die, the people in the horror movie, and also the slasher. So being on both ends of the stick, sort of, it helps me just kind of get excited to perform and not so much like wrapped up in the horror of it. Because I'm thinking like, how am I going to convey this kind of campy, excited, scared feeling to the listener as I'm performing? I'm just wrapped up in it. So I don't really get too spooked when I'm in deep like that.
I can hear it too when you did the like slasher voice. That was cool.
Nicky Hector sounded
awesome.
like that. That was one of the first times I actually took the risk of modifying the recording, which the folks may not know, but it's typically a big taboo. You don't want to use voice changing effects when you're doing it. But for Nicky Hector, I needed to separate him from Jonathan Zane, the person, and then Nicky Hector. So not only did Nicky have a voice, but I also kind of juiced him up with a light pitch shift and some sort of spooky type effect like that.
Oh, that's cool.
It worked. It worked. People liked it.
Yeah. Josh wants to know, were you on a break? I'm not really sure where that came in from.
Oh, I should scroll up and say,
were you on a break?
Was I on a break? Today I did. I went to you may clarify, but today in the middle of our recording, I sold a shoe cabinet. So I left to go help someone carry it out to their car. Then I came back and changed the map screen back because we lingered a little bit long on one of the scenes, a little over long, because we're moving people at home. So everything is in a shambles around me.
See, that's dedication. We can't do this without you.
I'm selling my furniture. I'm selling shoe cabinet. I'm selling everything.
You should post it in the chat if people want to buy a shoe
For
cabinet
sale.
or, you know. All right, so let's ask you the final questions that everyone's getting today. What is a misconception about your job that either you had going into it or that others have asked you?
You know what question I get asked a lot, which is not really a misconception, but it's sort of like once you get asked the fourth or fifth time, you're like, come on, what do you think? And that is, you have to tell me if you've heard this one. Oh, have you done anything I might know? And it's sort of like, well, do you listen to a lot of audiobooks? No. Oh, what kind of books do you read? Oh, I don't read a lot, but I guess nonfiction. Okay, well, probably not then.
Yeah.
If you read 4 books a year, the odds that I've done one of them is low, very low. But they want to sort of engage you like, oh, no, I did Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
You know Harry Potter, right? Yeah, that was me.
Oh, man, that's awesome. And if you could play another in-game character, well, you get to see all of us go crazy on screen, but who would you want to be? Or, as we discussed earlier, you could even be one of the NPCs. So who would you want to play in this campaign?
Oh, my gosh. I was thinking about it. And you know who I think I would like to play? I think I would have a lot of fun with Chad. Chad seems like an absolute tool, and somebody with a strong tool vibe like that is a lot of fun, I think. So maybe you'll let me guest in as like the jerk Chad. Was it Gold Tooth
awesome.
is his name? I mean, holy cow, that's on the nose.
Yeah. That's awesome. Spencer Dilla, hey, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. And thank you for taking the time also to do all this stuff. Like I said, we couldn't do this without you. So
it's an absolute pleasure. Much love to chat. I'll be back with you guys soon. I want to say hello to my friends in chat. Okay. All right. Bye.
Awesome. Awesome. And as we're coming back from break, quick shout out again to Audiobook Empire for sponsoring our first season, and of course, Spencer. And I am such a horrible person. I forgot to say, if people wanted to listen to your work, 2 audiobooks they should get. So Spencer, just throw it in the chat because the chat's waiting for you anyway. So just tell them where to go find you. I'm so sorry about that. Let's get to know the cast really quick. So you've met Spencer, our tech god. Who wants to start? Tell the character you play, your name, and the answers to our 2 questions for the day, and I can recount them if you need it. Go. Emily is muted. You're muted. Unmute.
Dash it all, and I was adorable. Oh, well. Hi, guys. I'm Emily Ellett, and I play Lazuli Frost Granite. And, yeah, hit me with those 2 questions.
Sure. What's a misconception about your job that people have, or that you had going into it?
I think, I mean, I could, what I'm going to say is, so acting in general, when I went to college and decided to follow my heart and go in on acting, I showed up in my first ever acting class thoroughly convinced that acting was just pretending really good, and that all I was going to need to learn was all the tricks for how you pretend even better, right? And when we did, I don't know how many of you guys are familiar in your acting training with the thief and the guard exercise. It's a classic where you see the difference between people acting and then you actually blindfold them, and it's a completely different scene. And it is like terrifying and intense. And you realize that acting is real and authentic.
Yeah.
I remember the feeling in my gut of like, I've made a horrible mistake. I don't know if I can do this. Because like at that point in my life, I wasn't allowed to feel emotions, and I didn't feel anything, let alone try to feel someone else's emotions. So it was a very long journey. And yeah, that was a heck of a misconception that I had to fix about acting. I also just,
and if you could, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, and my pet peeve is it happens a lot in books that I narrate when authors are like, she was an actor, so she was great at lying. And it's like, okay, but real actor, like good actors, they're not good at lying. They're good at emoting. I'm a terrible liar. Like, and in fact, most actors that I know are not well known for being pathological liars. That's not an actor, that's a sociopath. Sorry, pet peeve, soapbox. Thank you for letting me. If any author is happening to listen to this, please don't write that. That's not what we're about.
Oh, man. Oh, okay. And the second question, if you could play another character in the game, who would it be?
Karen.
Oh, wow. Why?
I mean, she's super powerful, heinous, and annoying. What's not fun to play about that?
That's funny. Oh, and Emmy liked what you said, Emily, just so you know. She said,
Thank you.
All right. Who's next?
I can go next. So I am Rachel LeBlanc. I play Yuza Matari, and something about my job that I didn't know going in. I thought when I started working with actual like real publishers and not independent projects that I would still like get to travel a lot. And that's always like the thing, like, oh, you can take your work with you and you can record anywhere. And you learn very quickly, no, you can't. This is your studio space. This is the sound that comes from your equipment. And if you're working with someone else, you're not going to record 2 chapters in a closet at a hotel here and come back and do pickups there. And so it just becomes, you can still travel and do this. You just have way more logistics that you have to work around in finding a studio and going in.
So true.
Yeah, so that was the one that has become kind of like a small eye roll when people are like, wow, that's so cool, you can do it anywhere. And it's like, no, you can't, but I'm not going to tell you about it.
Let me just bring my whole booth. Yeah.
Let me just take
and if you could play another, the whole booth.
the whole thing.
If you could play another in-game character, who would it be?
I want to play Ginny because I want to be the straight woman to all of this nonsense going on around her and just be like, yeah, that's fine. That's totally normal to me.
Oh my word. I love how so far everyone said an NPC. Nobody wants to be another character.
Yes.
Okay.
That's because
Who wants to
everyone
go
is
next?
perfect.
True.
All right. Max, Crystal, who would like to go next?
I'll go. Okay. The first question is misconceptions. So I encounter a lot of the time. Ooh, my video just went weird. Okay. I encounter a lot of time people not quite understanding that we make a lot of mistakes while we're recording, and they don't quite understand the recording process. They think that we're recording basically straight through or close to straight through, and that is not how it works. There are many mistakes. Sometimes I have to break up a sentence into multiple like parts in order to get through it. So that's a big one that I encounter a lot. And in terms of another character, I'm gonna say Chad too. I think he'd just be so much fun. Like I just think being a dude bro who's like, dude, that's my like Franklin. Oh, like I think that would be so much fun.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Awesome. Okay, to Max.
Okay. So misconceptions about the work. I think one of the biggest things that I hear from people, sort of, we're talking about, narrating works of fiction with lots of different characters, is oh, how do you do the voice and accents and changing your voice and all that, which is fine, right? Like understanding how to manipulate your voice and learning accents and all that is good, but the just the acting work, on different characters and diving inside their heads and their psychology and disappearing inside them. Of course, if we do it well, they're just listening to the character. They're not listening to us doing all that work. But that's a misconception that I run into a fair bit. That it's that audiobook narrating is putting on different voices instead of it connecting to the truth of the author's story and the truth of all the different characters and all of their stories, and sort of getting to disappear inside all of these different people.
Awesome.
Who would I play? Yeah, all the. I mean, I don't want to play a different character other than I don't want to play a different PC. But if I was going to pick an NPC, other than the ones that have already been picked, you know what? I think I'm playing the guy whose car we stole, who's like he's got 2 kids with him, and he's now on some epic quest to wander to find he's gonna like turn into some weird paladin subclass on this like epic quest to find his car.
Ooh,
Wow.
side quest for next season. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I love how you guys all picked NPCs. And I'm Roshni Lamino. I'm your GM. I think the one that I get a lot is like going back to audiobooks is people are like, wow, did you know that person was the killer? I'm like, yeah, I kind of had to read ahead just so there were no surprises for me so I could give you a good narration. But they're like, wow, did you know that? Did you know that happened in the script? Yeah, I did. Sorry. Oh, and I've also spoiled reality TV for people that I know because I've done reality TV and they get really sad when they find out that it's not that real.
It always cracks me up when people are like, it's not House Hunters isn't real. And you're like, guys, they have to be under contract even to apply for the show. Of course it's not. There's nothing real about reality TV.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and sorry to the chat if you also thought that.
You just ruined everyone's dreams.
I know. They're like, forget it. We're never watching this show again. And I play all the characters, all the NPCs. I think what I would love to delve into though more is the people who keep watching you guys create mayhem and are totally cool with it. Like, what's going on in their brains that they're like, we're not going to call the police. We're not going to freak out here. It's fine.
No, we're making good content for them on their little black rectangles.
I want to know
point.
what happened to the person whose arm I cut off.
We should just have like side story day. The family man who lost his van, the one who had the arm reattached by Lazuli before she disappeared.
By Lizana.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
Lizana.
I didn't do it.
You
Lazuli
cut
did
the
the
arm
attention.
and she
Yeah.
healed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So awesome. Very cool. All right. Let's get back to it. Okay, so you guys are headed back to the bakery
Indeed.
where I would love to either Gaelish or Sticky, or if you both want to roll a something or another. What should you roll? What do you guys want to roll? Survival.
What are we doing?
Medicine.
I mean, Sticky's got advantage. He knows how to bake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think Gaelish. You're not really a
I
baker,
think-
right?
No, Gaelish isn't really much of a baker. However, Gaelish does have proficiency in herbal stuff and also has like our like cure wounds, good berries, stuff like
Ah.
that. So
With your,
maybe medicine?
with your herbal proficiencies, I think I know what I would like you to do. Because the first step, because we have a lot to bake, is to get organized. You know, come up with a list, figure out what we're baking, and a lot of these herbs and spices that we've grabbed, I'm sure we can make them work, but a lot of a lot of these are new to me. We're not from here. So I'm going to start in with organizing the dry goods and things that I understand, the eggs, the milk, the flour. If you could dive into those herbs and spices and see if you can't figure out good combinations to put into our more savory baked goods.
Ooh. That
Could
sounds
both of you please roll for stuff?
sure.
Right?
Roll for
Yes.
stuff.
Roll for stuff.
I'm so
I have-
specific, guys.
An 11 for medicine.
Okay, and
Not-
what's Sticky
I don't
got?
know what I should roll. How about
Performance.
yeah, performance? Yes, I'm a
For
chef.
organizing.
It's my performing. And do I get to add my proficiency as I am proficient with baking?
Yeah.
With cook's utensils. All right. Well, I don't know how to do that, so I'll just add 2 to whatever this number is. That's a 12 altogether.
Okay, so Gaelish is for the most part doing pretty good on the organizing. There is some stuff that they're like, I don't know what it is, and they just kind of put it in a miscellaneous pile. And Sticky is, busy. I don't know. I'm assuming turning on ovens and heating things up and whatever, prepping the kitchen. Gaelish was clean. Sticky was very. You're falling apart. I mean, I'm assuming you're still kind of, maybe dried blood and stuff like that falling off you, bandages, what have you.
Wash up before I begin with the food. I'm not a monster.
Did you? I don't know. We didn't talk about it.
Well, all I talked about at this point was organizing things, not getting into the actual cooking. But of course, before I get into the cooking, I'll wash my hands.
And that was our PSA for today, guys. Wash your hands before cooking. All right. What are Leslie and Yuza doing?
We broke and run with our library book, so I think we're scrambling into the car and getting back across the street.
Indeed.
Okay.
Quickly and
Fair enough.
surreptitiously. Yes.
Vocab word. Yay. You get another inspiration point after Rachel uses hers.
We're
I don't think you used
stars.
yours, right?
No, I didn't.
Such
okay, so-
beneficence.
You are welcome. Vocab words, they get me,
To call back to one of my favorite movies, you are magnanimous, my lady.
Ever After, right?
Mhm.
Love that movie.
Oh, that's
Love
it.
that
You
movie.
are too magnanimous. Anyway, sorry.
Yes. I love that movie. Okay, so Yuza, why don't you roll? And we said it was animal handling, and I know you know how to handle the animal, but you're
I'm
a
kind
little
of stressed
distracted.
now.
Yeah.
4.
Oh, no.
Yeah. A stressed driver is not a good frame of
That's a
mind to be in.
4, dear. That's not going to succeed much.
So as you jump into the car and peel out of the parking lot, you're there's other patrons leaving because the library is closing at this moment.
Don't tell me I'm gonna hit and run someone off a 4.
Oh, Lord.
You are going to hit. The question is, do you want to run? I will let you decide if you're running.
Stars and garters.
Who do I hit?
Who do you want to hit? Well, it's not one of the staff. They're still inside, so it's another patron.
Well, like, is it a child? Is it a grown person?
Is it
Is it an
Chad?
old man?
Yeah, is it Chad?
Is it Chad?
It's not Chad, but so I take it you're not running. You're staying put.
Well,
Well,
I
it
want to know who I
depends.
hit first.
It is another gentleman around Chad's age. I think we said Chad was blonde, right? We'll make this guy tall, dark, and handsome.
Stop, dear, stop. Lazuli feels he reminds her of someone she gazed upon recently. Oh, that would be George Clooney. And she gets out of the car to gaze upon his brow, which hopefully is not marred by the car.
Only
Vehicle.
for you. I will have it known I was going to run.
Oh, no.
So the guy gets out of his car. We're gonna say that maybe you kind of hit him, like on the back.
Oh, we hit the car, not the
You hit the car, not
person.
not him. You hit another patron leaving the
Lord.
lot.
I thought we hit him.
I did too, dear. Yes.
We can retcon if you want to hit him, but we
No.
won't do that. We won't be that bad.
I did not see where we were going if we hit him. So, yes, all right.
So you hit like the back part of his car. He's fine. You weren't going fast enough that, like injuries would have happened, but you did leave a dent in the back of his car, kind of like where the gas tank would be. And he says in a very lovely, smooth voice, and he's like, "Oh my goodness. Didn't you see where you're going? We're going to have to exchange insurance information."
Oh, I look at Yuza for a moment in light terror, and then I turn to him and say, "Oh, darling, would you believe I forgot my insurance at home?" And yes, could we trade? Do I have anything to trade? I was gonna say a phone number, but I don't have the black thing. That's mad, sticky. I don't have a business card. Do I have a flyer? Do I have a flyer about the bake-off tomorrow? Did we make those?
I think in theory did you?
Well, now we did. So I say,
You're retconning, you did.
if we didn't, we did now. So I pull out a flyer and go, "You know what, dear? Meet me here. I will be here. We will both be here tomorrow. We will have what information you need. We apologize profusely. A handsome man such as you, can you forgive a dawdling old woman?"
He
Roll
looks
persuasion.
at the flyer.
No.
You actually don't need to, because he looks at the flyer and kind of gets a confused look on his face, and he says, "I didn't know that Ginny's Bakery was holding an event tomorrow. That's my rival."
Oh dear. You owned that soulless bakery next door?
Excuse me. My family took
it's
that.
full of grease.
Well, bakeries have grease. My family took that small little bakery and made it into an amazing corporate chain. We're very proud of our bakery.
Soulless chain.
Sir?
I don't think people who hit other people should be insulting the people they hit.
You know what, sir? If you are not willing to speak kindly of things that are factual, I will take that flyer back. Don't even think of meeting us there. Have a good day. And I get back in the car.
I will be there. And I will also be getting your insurance or the police involved, since you're not going to pay for this. So
Wonderful, Lazuli shouts out the window. See you there.
And y'all get back in your cars and off.
Yes. Yes,
I want to cast grease when we drive away under his car.
Word.
Man, I miss having casting.
Is that an automatic
Yeah,
spell?
it's like a 15-foot area. So we'll just say it's
Okay.
under his car.
All
You're
right.
supposed to use it in battle. I never have.
I'm fine.
This
with it.
is a
Now,
battle, dear. It's a
Yes,
battle of
technically,
the
though,
wills.
he's leaving before you, so you'd be driving through that grease. Remember, you hit him on
we
the
were
back.
leaving before him. We got in the car first.
Well, you guys kind of like, if you were headed towards the exit at the same time, because you hit him on the back, like on the back driver's side. So you're
Well,
behind
he
him.
goes left, and you put the grease on the left while we go right. Whatever way he turns, we don't go that way.
Yeah, I'm waiting to cast it till it's only him.
Yes.
Casting
Well, he
while
starts to-
driving, probably not something I should be doing. But
Kids, don't do this at home. Don't cast and drive.
No.
So he starts to pull out of the parking lot onto the main road. He's actually turning towards, remember, the bakeries are next to each other. So he's turning
Yes,
in the
we're
same
still
direction
going
you'd
to
be
go
going.
a different way.
Okay, so he's headed the quickest way back to the
Yes.
bakeries that are next door to each other.
Yes.
yes, but
As
if
you
I
cast-
remember correctly, there's 2 exits to this library parking lot.
Are there? I guess
I
we're
have
doing
an
that now.
inspiration point.
Oh,
Aren't there?
We are very
Are we
manipulative.
back to rolling persuasion on our DM?
oh my god. The way you guys use inspiration cracks me up. I'm like, sure, why not?
Beautiful.
And suddenly a second exit appears.
Good. Then I cast grease on the short exit he's going to use out, and we'll go the long way.
As you drive off, you hear a very satisfying squeal of tires, and you see in your rearview mirror that magic gesture that everybody does in this world.
Hmm. I'm getting good at giving people that.
Also, I believe the inspiration point now goes back to Emily.
Yes.
So,
It's mine. Excellent.
oh no. I wonder what you're going to try to persuade me to do next.
I have no
Okay.
idea.
So the rest of the drive, you get back to the bakeries.
Mercy.
Yeah, I think that's enough incident.
Oh no. We have lost our.
What do you want to do before you go in?
Oh, you're
no.
back, dear. You
You
disappeared.
cut out for a second.
Oh, me?
You.
Hello.
Hello.
Is there anything you hello? Is there anything you guys want to do before you go inside the bakery? Ginny's bakery?
I'd like to see where he parked and what he's doing. I don't want him to see me seeing him, but I would like to see if I can't find out where he is. He was very attractive.
I just like saying roll for stuff now that it's like an established canon thing in my world.
Stealth.
Roll for
Stealth.
yeah, or like I think it would be stealth or perception. Pick one. Have fun.
Well, I'm better at stealth, so.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a crit. Okay, 13.
So as you guys park and get out of the car, you see his bakery still, it's not quite closed yet. So it's still doing a really brisk business. You see him kind of fishtail into the parking lot, like his wheels look super shiny. And he parks
Lazuli snickers in delight.
I will.
he just parks wherever and gets out of the car, and he's like looking over his car and kind of muttering under his breath and just shakes his head and whatever and goes into the store.
Yes, and I'd like to peek in the store if that's possible. I'm not sure if there's a window in the door in the back or if I have to go around to the front and peer through the window surreptitiously yet again.
Well, if you go to the front of the store, there are big windows, so you
Right.
can see inside. So you don't have to be stealthy if you don't want to. But if you're like trying to see like a different part of the bakery,
Yes.
I would say there's probably on the side no windows, but like in the back alley where maybe the trash is, there would be one more window where like a back office is.
Yes, I'd like to peer into that back window, please.
Okay. So as you're looking in, you just see him going into the back office, and he's just still looking like not flustered, but just kind of annoyed at like the events of like what happened earlier. And you see him, he's sitting down, and oh, you took back the flyer, didn't you? Somebody else, one of the employees comes in, and you see them talking, and the person actually also has a flyer because now these are like all over town. Everybody's heard about you guys, so they know. And you can kind of see him talking, and you don't know what they're saying, but from his posture, you can tell the employee's telling him about the bake-off, and he's kind of like, yeah, I already know about it. And they're kind of discussing what they'll do about it. You don't know exactly what they're saying because you can't hear through the wall, but you can tell that they're having a discussion about it.
Can I get a read on his emotional state?
Sure. Would that be it's either perception or insight? I never
Oh.
remember which one it is.
Well, let's
Pick
do
one.
insight for creativity. I don't know.
Sure.
Oh no. Oh no. That's a critical fail on insight. I'm too flustered by his beauty, even from his back. And I just toddle back down towards Ginny's bakery, just absolutely flustered.
That sounds about right.
Good try, dear. Good try.
Oh man. And Yuzo, what were you doing during this time? Did you go into Ginny's, or were you just watching Leslie do her thing? What
I'm
were you
just
doing?
watching Lazuli with my brow furrowed.
Yeah. A reasonable
What are
reaction.
you doing?
Gathering intel, dear. He's our competitor. The more you know.
I guess. Why don't we send Sticky after him if you want information?
Well, I don't need it that badly. I was curious.
I like him.
Let's go inside, dear.
Fine.
All right, so with book in hand, Leslie and Yuza enter the store where they see Gaelish organizing and Sticky not quite getting things ready to bake.
It took some time to get clean. I was in a bit of a state. Ah, you have the cookbook. Excellent.
Indeed.
Yeah, but you'll probably need to return this discreetly when we're done.
Yes.
All right.
There's no one I trust for the job more than you, Sticky.
Discretion is, well, not what I'm known for, but sneakiness I can do.
Excellent. All right, how can we assist you in this baking now that the recipes are here?
Well, Jenny, I think when she returns from her phone calls, which seem to be taking some time, I will. My suspicion is because we've tasted some of her stuff. It's incredibly good. I think perhaps Jenny is going to lean on the sweet side. I'll take over the savory side. So I have some. So we'll do some focaccias. We will. I have some ideas for some nice sort of flaky pies into which we can put vegetables and meats. And Gaelish has some spice blends planned that I think will be delectable. We'll do some cornbread muffins. I think that should be enough to go on for now. And also I have. What time is it, Roshni?
It's probably now like 7:30.
All right, yes, I have just enough time to whip together. I have just enough chocolate left for 4 more of my special treats. I think those are going to be offerings to the employees from next door. I'm going to be speaking with it in just about an hour and a half, but that is enough time for me to get some more ganaches made, and for us perhaps to come up with some systems, get some jobs going where we can all, participate and start getting things baked.
Oh, Sticky, I should mention,
Yes.
Yuza and I met the owner of the bakery next door.
Oh, fascinating. Tell me about him.
Well, he's very attractive, and he had a
Very
sob.
cute.
He's very tall, dark, handsome, your classic man. And unfortunately, though, I believe we got into a bit of an altercation
Well,
in
we-
expressing. Yeah, well, yes. And then we might have insulted his. Well, it wasn't an insult, was it? It was the truth about his soulless corporate bakery, which he had a sob story about my family built this up for, nothing, which. I mean, he looked lovely while saying it, but that's all I can say. We did not part on good terms, but he does know about. Well, I showed him the flyer, and now he knows we're doing that tomorrow. And I believe we owe him something called insurance.
Oh, yes. We heard of that magic spell before.
Oh, that's right. Sticky.
Yes.
Good memory. So I have to give him my insurance details.
I don't know what that means, but I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Well, hopefully Jenny has an idea. Yes. But I thought I should say, before you go next door, we did meet him and left in not the best of friendship.
Well,
I greased him.
Excellent. Well,
It was excellent, yes.
We do mean to be competing tomorrow, so
Yes.
yes.
May I just say out of game that I'm a little disturbed that none of you and the chat has thought to mention what happened to Leslie. Or not Leslie, Lizanna.
I was thinking about it, but I was like, I'll wait till we're baking. That seems depressing, so I'll bring it up when everyone's like making happy things.
I was
You
like,
have to
everyone's fine with
remember-
the fact.
Lazuli's brain was slightly fritzed with this attractive man. So, yes.
Fair enough. I just thought that was really funny. I had a comment on that. Okay. All right. So.
Sorry, dear Lizanna. So sorry.
And sorry, I keep calling her Lazuli because you're the other elf name in the thing. Okay. So, as you guys are talking, Ginny comes out. So after you're done talking, I should say, Ginny comes out of the back room, and you can tell she's been crying. She's kind of got it together now a little bit, but she is upset.
Oh,
Oh, no.
darling.
What
How are things going out here? Do you guys need me for anything? Because if you don't, I'll just yeah.
Only marching orders, dear, so we can take this on for you. Do you need a hug, sweetheart?
That would be terrific.
Come here.
Chad
Come
and I
here.
got a flight.
Oh,
Oh.
They called him after I called the insurance company, and I said, could I borrow a car? And he said I don't know what I was thinking, asking if I could borrow one of his cars. He just yelled at me and said, like, I would get it all dirty and I would probably get in an accident and I'd breathe on it wrong. And then I was thinking of what you said, Sticky, and I felt so empowered, and I kind of yelled at him a little bit, and then he
good
yelled
for
back.
you.
And I don't even know what's happening now.
Oh, darling.
What's happening is you're discovering who your friends are and who your friends aren't. Just yelling at someone a bit and you making a stand for yourself. If that causes him to be angry at you, he was never your friend to begin with. Why, just a few hours ago, Lazuli embedded an axe literally into my heart. Literally.
I did.
This is the tear in my right here, right by my heart, literally into my heart. But I understood why she was so upset.
Yes.
And well, we were fighting. But the point is,
As friends do sometimes.
Sometimes, but it doesn't damage the relationship.
No.
I care for Lazuli just as much as I did before, if not better, for what we've gone through together. And if just a request to borrow a car makes him upset at you, he was not your friend to begin with.
Wait, I'm confused, but you said Lazuli was upset with you and tried to butcher you, so you're good friends. So
Indeed.
he loves me because he yelled at me about his...
Oh, no.
Perhaps I'm not explaining this well. What I mean is, friends can forgive injuries. If he wasn't even willing to forgive you asking for a car, that's not a friend.
Dear, you had a need, and he not only refused you, he insulted you about your need. You deserve better.
I don't think I could get any better than Chad. I mean, he was so good looking and he had so much money and you know, I'm sure like eventually once we got married, everything would have been okay, but
No, dear.
I don't think that's the way things work.
No. The way it is before is the way it is after. So, it is time for you to grow. Just because you don't know of anything better does not mean the universe does not have something better for you. Trust that you are a good person and you deserve the best that the universe has to offer you. And by holding on to someone who treats you less than a friend, you are not making space for the next better partner.
Mm-hmm. You
Well, I
are
don't know how-
arguably the best person in this room.
Yes.
thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I don't know how I'm going to be able to bake tonight, though. I'm just so sad.
Well then, darling, you give us the recipes and the instructions, and we'll be your busy little elves for you, and you go home and sleep. Cry because grief is good, and go home and sleep. And we'll see you in the morning with baked goods and a party in front of us. Things always look better in the morning.
Okay, thanks, you guys. And she gives all of you a hug, and she goes outside. And then, just as you think like you guys can kind of settle in for the night and do your baking, she ducks her head back in and she goes, "Where's my car again? Where'd you park it?"
Oh, forget the car. Forget the car.
What you need tonight is a brisk walk in the evening air. That will help clear your head. We'll deal with the car tomorrow. Tonight you need a walk.
Okay, roll persuasion. I want to see how much she wants her car back.
Why are you? Ha-ha! 18.
Yeah, I'm probably not in a state to drive anyway. I'll just call an Uber. Yeah.
Yes, call on Uber. Absolutely. Uber can help you.
Do it.
Oh, I didn't know you felt so strongly about Uber. I mean, I just call like whoever is the cheaper one, but thanks. Do you get like a discount with them or something? Is that why you like them so much?
No.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'll wait for my Uber outside. Night, guys. And she goes outside again.
The consternation.
Uber, please sponsor us.
We'll get one sponsor out of this. For all those audiobook narrators who never leave the booth, Uber.
Oh, man. Oh, and you could get a free copy of Pork and Prejudice if you subscribe today. Oh, guys, I think we should just do a fake ad at the end of every session.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes, it's our calling. Oh.
All right, so Ginny has left the building. It's probably like 8 o'clock now. What is everybody doing?
Well,
She did teach us before she left what she wanted us to do, Sweetwise, yes?
Oh, actually, she didn't.
Well,
you guys.
we have a recipe book. I also know recipes for sweet baked goods.
As do
well.
I.
I was
Yes.
going to say the very first thing we did when we met was to sample some of your amazing cookies. I'm sure that you
They
can
were.
recreate them here.
Oh, I'm certain that I can figure out which of these dry goods and cold goods can substitute for what I use at home. Absolutely.
And her lemon cake was superb. If the recipe for that is in this book, we'll be set.
Yes.
Okay, so it sounds like we've got Leslie and Sticky on baking patrol. Gaelish, I assume you're still organizing. And Yuza, what are you up to?
I should probably go get cleaned up so I don't, still
Oh,
look like a fireball.
great point, Yuza. May I follow you? I don't think blood tastes very good.
But after that, I'll help with cooking.
All right. So we'll just say the next hour passes by uneventfully. I don't think you guys have you guys really started like baking in earnest, or you're still doing prep work?
I mean,
Probably prepping.
we're making multiple batches of things and
Yeah.
tons of dough, some of which probably needs refrigeration, some of which has to rest and rise, and some
And we
things
can
are already
say-
baking.
We can say too that while we're prepping, we catch up Sticky and Gaelish on the Lizanna situation.
Yes. And I show
Phew,
them the
glad we didn't
necklace.
forget her.
Oh my gosh.
It's surprising. We attempted to get through it, or even just to look through it to see if there was any sign of her, and it was solid.
It's definitely
Did
some
it
kind of
kinda-
portal.
Did it kind of look like the thing that we came in through? Like, did she go back?
Truthfully, I don't remember at all what we came through.
I didn't
just
look
remember
behind.
touching a book and then getting sort of dizzy and being here.
Yes, I don't recall a portal. Sticky or Gaelish, does either of you have any sort of history with portals or any idea of why it might have been solid?
No, not I. I mean, the only thing I can think is that perhaps Lizana's deity, knowing how well respected Lord Uber is here in
Oh.
this land, perhaps wanted her to adventure elsewhere.
That's very fair.
And perhaps once we have pleased Lord Uber with our efforts in the morning, Lord Uber will be able to take us where we need to go.
That's very probable. Good thinking. And or once we have pleased Lord Uber, perhaps he will not, I don't know, his attention will be elsewhere, right, with the results of our labor and deference, and perhaps then whatever Lizana's deity was concerned about will release and the portal might be open. I don't know. Both are good options.
Yes.
So we will address this anon. Yes. Yes.
Lord Uber, love it. Okay, so it's about 9 o'clock now, which means Sticky's got his rendezvous.
I do.
We're splitting the party again. What are the rest of you guys doing? Is anyone going to go with him? Are you staying here? What's happening?
I'm going to stay here because Yuza has been super antisocial the last couple of times she's gone off. So I don't know that I need to be at the meeting.
Okay.
I will be staying and baking because I am concerned about our turnover in time for the morning, and also I have no idea what Sticky is doing, and I trust him to do it alone if need be.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm only going to be speaking with them. I don't think I should need help, but of course, Gaelish, if you want to come with me, you're more than welcome. But also, there's plenty of work to do here. So whatever you prefer.
Well, yeah, you're still a little, blood. I mean, you cleaned up your blood, but you're still a little.
I am a little weak.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna come. And also, could I mend your shirt real quick with my little mending spell? That
Oh, I would really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Let's do that. Do I need to cast it formally?
No. So
Okay.
I'm assuming now Sticky's completely cleaned up and looks good and all that stuff. Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right, so we will leave Yuza and Lazuli in the bakery, and we will follow Sticky and Gaelish 2 doors down to the other bakery.
All right.
Yes. Now I'm trying to remember. Were you just talking to one random employee, or
Yeah.
who were you talking to? Okay.
It was whoever was at the counter.
Okay.
And he said that they closed at 9 and that I should come back then.
Yeah. So when you get over there, you look at the little black box, right? It's got some weird numbers. It's dark out. It says 901 or something. And you go over there expecting the lights to be all dark or whatever, but it's still open. There's not as many customers as before, but there are still people coming in and out.
Well, I will go in.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And the employee that you saw earlier is oh, hey, you're back. You want some more?
Indeed.
Want some more stuff? Although we don't have as big a selection as we did earlier today because everything's going to tomorrow's bake off.
Yes. I wanted to speak with you about that. I understand that your employer has come and told you about it, and it looks, well, my goodness, it looks like you're all very hard at work. I wanted to ask you a few questions about the conversation that you had with him, if that's all right.
I'll do my best, but I got to admit he offered us triple overtime if we all stayed. Like, we weren't going to participate. We didn't even know this bake-off thing was happening.
Sure.
But just like 2 hours ago, he was like, hey, everybody gets like triple overtime if you want to stay and bake all night. And we were like, yeah, that's good money.
That's excellent. And here I brought these as a goodwill offering, and I hand the 4 ganaches that I made over. Please distribute this amongst your team.
Ooh, thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Even though his bakery and ours are will be competitors on the field of battle tomorrow, that doesn't mean that we are enemies, you know. But about this request, and it's nice that he's finally decided to pay you a little bit of what you're worth. But when he discussed this baking competition, I'm imagining that there were words like, oh, publicity, market share, even perhaps things like dominance and words like that. Am I right?
No, he just said he heard that the bakery a couple doors down was gonna have this big bake sale, and we want to prove we're a better bakery. So, yeah. I mean, come on, triple overtime.
Triple overtime is nice. Triple overtime is nice for one night's work. Yes, but what about your entire time here? I mean, just a few hours ago, you were telling me how miserable a place this was to work.
Well, yeah, it's corporate. I mean,
Yes.
come on.
Yes, and everything does seem good, but my point is this: when he was talking about the baking competition, was he excited? Was he speaking of the opportunity to feed and delight more people? Was he speaking of how when we bake, we take a piece of our own souls and offer it to others? Was he doing that? When was the last time you felt like that when you were baking?
Whoa, man, I don't know. Like, I just bake the stuff. Like, I don't give people parts of me in it. That's weird.
It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor. I don't mean literally.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
metaphor. It's a metaphor
Oh.
for the passion with which, you know what? I don't think I can explain it well. Eat that. And I give him one of the ganaches. You'll see what I mean.
Now, question.
Yeah.
Is it just like a normal ganache, or did you like put something in it when you were baking it?
Well, it gives you extra hit points. I'm imagining it's pretty awesome, given that
Okay.
it boosts your hit points and does things like that.
Okay, let's see what happens. So they eat one of the ganaches, and I mean, obviously they're not like in battle or anything, so they're like 100%, so to speak. But like, they're just like, whoa, like I haven't felt a rush like that in forever.
That's what I'm talking about. This work here is it's fine, and from what I understand, he probably began out of a love and a passion for feeding people. But look around you; it's become about the numbers and volume and how much he can make and how little he can pay you while making it. He's offering you pay now because if he doesn't do it, he'll have to do it all himself. That's all he's doing. He's lost his passion. That, pointing to the remnants of the ganache, that is what passion is about in baking. Tell you what, why don't you and a few of your friends just come over and help us? We can teach you to cook with passion. Now, I can't offer you triple overtime, but I'm gathering that these, and I'll pull out a pile of gold pieces, are probably worth something. Perhaps this and a call to truly feed people's souls and your own with your craft. What do you say?
I say roll persuasion.
Oh, come on, roll. If you don't roll well, I'm giving you my inspiration.
And Gaelish has guidance, so Gaelish will lean up next to on Sticky and lend guidance.
All right.
If Sticky is okay with that.
I'm more than okay with that.
Cool. That gives us an extra D4.
I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that help there.
Take my inspiration.
Here we go. What's the D4?
I'm trying to get it to roll. Come on. Go. Okay.
We're only at 11 so far.
I'm trying to make it roll. I'm pressing buttons. I don't know what to press. Oh, maybe it's the D4.
Pressed it for you.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't count.
Okay, we have a
Gaelish's
3.
counts. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You have a 3
So
in
we're up
addition
to-
to,
where
so
we
now
at?
you're up to what?
14 in total.
14. Ooh, it's a very moving speech. But we also don't spend gold in this world. That's weird. I don't even know how I'd bring that to the bank.
Oh, they would take it.
They banks take money.
Well, I'm not there. I can't involve myself.
But it's a very, I mean, that's a very passionate speech. But man, triple overtime, let me tell you. I tell you what, I'll come with you, but I don't think any of my coworkers would come.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What is your name?
Give me a name because I hadn't thought about this ahead of time.
Peter.
Peter the baker.
Peter, I'm Jarlin. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Cool, man. Can I have some more of this chocolate? Because it's good.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So he takes one more. I'm assuming you're leaving, or are you going to stay?
How crowded is it back there?
All the employees stayed. There's a couple like customers who are still milling around because they see that the place is still open, but it's busy. I mean, it's busy. I'm kind of thinking of, I don't know if you know Porto's here in town, but like that place is huge. They probably have like 100 people working. Like it's a very big bakery. So I'm thinking on the scale of that.
All right, this is such a bad idea. I'm gonna wander back in and say, oh, hello. I just wanted to say I'm really looking forward to competing against you all tomorrow. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful competition. My goodness, what a remarkable place you have here. I'm sorry, I don't mean to disturb you. Back to work, everyone. And I'm just going to try sleight of hand, now that I'm back there, to just drag a dagger across a bag of flour or something like that to just gum up the works a little bit before I leave.
The electrical cord of the oven.
Oh, indeed. Yes.
I'm
Shall I
eagerly
roll?
awaiting your roll.
Oh, okay. Me too. 22.
Wow. So what was it you wanted to do? The chords?
Yeah. I'll be standing by the oven and surreptitiously with my foot, I've unplugged whatever it is I need to unplug.
Fair enough. Now they do have multiple ovens, so you probably only got like 1 or 2.
It'll slow me down.
Anything else you want to do while you're back there? Should I have offered that?
I think I've pressed my luck enough.
Alrighty. So, Gaelish, is there anything you want to do while you're there, or are you just hanging out with Peter?
No. Gaelish is keeping track of Sticky.
Okay.
Gaelish will.
Do they have, perchance, those little silvery sort of sugar balls that sometimes people use as like cake or icing decoration?
Yeah.
Might there be like a tub of those out somewhere?
There might.
Because it's amazing how similar they look to the ball bearings in my bag of 1,000 ball bearings.
Do you want to attempt a swipe of those?
I might pour
Or a
a
switcheroo
couple
or
of my
whatever?
ball bearings in amongst theirs I think that's what I might be doing.
Okay, I think you might also want to roll for it.
I might. That's such a bad
I believe
idea.
those are called nonpareils, by the way.
Oh, is that what they are?
Nonpareil. Yeah, and it's a French word. I don't know if we say it
Tomorrow's
French or
morning, they're going to be pronounced dental injuries because I just rolled a 24.
Yes. Yes. How many are you pouring in there?
As many as will fit.
Oh,
I have
boy.
1,000.
Wow. We'll say that the jar is half full before you start pouring anything in. So, yeah.
Outstanding.
Oh, my word.
Um,
Oh, gosh.
It's
Gaelic-
pronounced nonpareils.
Really? You would
Yeah.
think it'd be the other. That's funny.
American pronunciations of French are just awful.
It's funny. Oh, my word.
That is the most on-brand audiobook narrator thing. Like, we're in the middle of a session, like, nope, I got to see how the word is pronounced.
No, look it up.
yes.
Oh, my gosh. That's funny. So
Gaelish,
true, Jenna. So true. Go ahead.
Gaelish will cast Minor Illusion and put a cockroach in their giant bag of flour.
Okay. Now I think, let me look at that one real quick. Hold on. Wait, where are you? That's you. Okay. Do you have to be nearby to maintain that range 30 feet?
The range is 30 feet, so it kind of depends on how far away. Like, do we have an adjoining wall?
Yes.
Well, what I'm thinking, it says duration 1 minute. It ends if you dismiss it as an action or cast a spell again. I'm thinking it's a concentration thing, right? So it might fade once you leave.
Okay.
Because you have to concentrate on it. I mean, that's fine. I'm just saying. But
if they're all using it and they find it
mhm.
soon, then I mean,
They'll have to throw out everything that they made with it and start again.
exactly.
Okay. Check against your spell save DC. What is your spell save DC on this?
I don't know.
It doesn't say
What's
that.
a spell save
That's weird.
DC?
They have to do an investigation investigation check against your spell save DC. Yeah. Whoops. So, yes. The answer is yes. Okay. Pick a number. Actually, I'll pick a number. All right. So you cast your spell,
Mhm.
and they see it and they freak out. Yes. And so the chaos in the kitchen turns into disorganized, freaking out chaos while they're trying to figure out what's happening.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
Anything else you guys want to do?
No,
I think our work
if we
here
can
is
get out of
done.
there as quick as possible. Yes.
All right. So you guys leave with Peter in tow, and we will put a pin on it for next week, or 2 weeks from now, I should say. So yes, that's today. We went a little over, but I think it was well worth it. So thank you guys so much for joining us on today's adventure. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, click the bell for notifications, all that good stuff. We are here every other Wednesday. We are back. What are we today? Today's April 19. We're back May 3rd, I believe. Is that correct?
It is.
Yeah, I should look at the calendar before I do this. Find us online on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook at Punch and Roll, and we will see you guys in a few weeks.